Hey guys, Hobbs here. Today we're going to look at Beth'tilac. We don't pop anything, no wings, no aggro building spells. In fact, it doesn't even matter who pulls the boss as long as everyone's ready. We all ball up in the center because he's going to do this, little spray that damages us all, and we do whatever we can to keep ourselves healed. These cinderweb spinders dangle from the sky. I need to taunt one of them, and then because when I taunt it, they drop this piece of web that they came down on that I can get up on. Now, the tank needs to be, one of the two tanks needs to be first up. I pop a little bit of cooldowns here to stay alive, but when my druid said I had lots of hots on me, I was more than confident that I didn't need to worry too much about my health when I saw it drop. Second person up is a healer, and then normally we have 1 or 2 DPS, depending on if we have our full raid and depending how much damage we want to go. Meanwhile, below on the main level, everybody destroys those spinners. Those spinners spit acid at random party members. You'll see some spiderlings spawn, which everybody has to down. They're key later on because they're food for a few of the mobs. And this continues until the cinderweb drone actually comes out of a cave. We tank him off to the side. This way you'll see the spiderlings in the distance. We have to AoE and damage them down because if they hit the drone, he's going to eat them and replenish his health. Also, he does a splatter, so anybody in front of him is going to take damage, a boiling splatter, and he'll do random burning acid at a random player, so keeps the healers on their toes throughout this portion. You'll also notice that this drone has some fire energy, and it slowly depletes over time. You basically got to DPS the drone down before he loses his fire energy, because if that drone goes to the top, Beth'tilac's losing fire energy over time, and what it does is he'll go up, increase that, which will increase the frequency of one of her AoE bursts. Meanwhile, up above, the tank up there, you'll notice my feet, this circle that formed below, that's an indication to move. That pops below the tanks, the DPS, the healer, so they all have to pay attention. A meteorite comes down onto that circle, and if you get hit with that, it not only does damage, but it weakens the web, which makes you fall to the party below. Then the party above is left without a tank. He also does these AoE bursts that affects everybody up top, which the healer has to heal through. And as his fire energy decreases, that's when he's going to do his massive smoldering devastation, which at that point, everybody has to jump down to avoid it. And keep in mind, those drones below, if the party below lets one of those drones hit the bottom energy, they're going to climb up, which will increase the frequency of the smoldering devastation. There you see, when you jump down, make sure you jump down the center web. I believe if you do it through the ones where the meteorite came, you fall and you take fall damage. This is basically now a rinse and repeat fight. Typically I try to taunt more than one spinner if I can. They're near each other because it's kind of like, leaving a door open for someone. It's like, here, after you, I've got a web. And I've got 2 taunts, so I try to taunt whenever possible. Skipping ahead a little bit, after the 3rd devastation, she's going to enter frenzy mode, which is stage 2. Frenzy's going to stack over time, which is going to increase the damage dealt. This time when we drop down, my main goal is to taunt her as quickly as possible and take her away from any spiderlings. So here you'll see in a moment she's going to drop down. There's spiderlings there, so keep an eye on those. You'll see our druid bounce them back to keep them further away, and I'm going to taunt the spider away from those spiderlings because she also eats them to regain health as well. Everybody stacks up behind the boss. We have 2 tanks in front of the boss because we're going to get the Widow's Kiss, which does a AoE around us, affecting other players, which increases their fire damage. With Beth'tilac is still doing the Ember Flare, which is the AoE, which hits everybody all at once. Plus, her damage is increased 5% over time each time she casts a frenzy. It's kind of like a slow progressing in rage. So the 2 tanks, we go at a distance, we do some range spells when we can, and we switch back and forth between the Widow's Kiss until the boss is dead. This was footage from our first kill. We've downed Beth'tilac 3 times. I was very fortunate to get the sword from our first kill ever, and our druid got the leather helm. Beth'tilac is one boss that's gearing me up fast. This week I won the role on the chest piece. Now when I swapped that out, I actually swapped helmet so I could keep my tier 11 set bonus. I was using the other helmet because I felt it was a superior tanking helmet, but, you know, to keep my bonus and use this helmet until I get, you know, bonuses from tier 12, or until, you know, I have more Firelands gear than tier 11. This is footage from the last boss video I did, which was Lord Rylith. I skipped by the loot. Just want to let you know the tanking boots did drop, and it went to Miranda, our DK tank. I don't win all the rolls. And then we had some healing gloves drop as well. The links to all the other boss guides are to the side, guys. Make sure you check them out. And if you're subscribed, you'll be the first one to know when I bring out a new video, boss video, AoE video. I'll get back to some of that other content once I have all this out. My apologies on the wait on this one. Literally, it takes me hours to edit a 6-minute video. Thanks again, guys. Till next time.